Hello and welcome to the first Sunday preview rundown of 2024. Ironically, we begin with an ending.
Yeah, that is actually very funny. I didn't even think about that.
Me neither, until just now. But now for the miniatures that we actually care about, because we are miniatures rundown, not Black Library rundown.
Yeah.
Basically, it's 3 of the guys from Harbinger, the Harbinger book series, I should say,
Yes.
that are coming out on their lonesome.
Without all the extra stuff that you may or may not already have.
So we've got Trugg the Troggoth King. We talked about him already in a previous rundown. Great model. He is good in game. If you are playing Trogg Herd, he's kind of mandatory, from what I understand.
Yeah, I've heard he's pretty sweet. He's probably my favorite Trogg out of all of them. I don't know, the one with the dangly spider off of the...
I do like all the Troggs, honestly. They're all great.
If I played Gloomspite, no, because I like the spiders too. Anyway.
My question is why doesn't he just get another Trogg to pull that thing off his back?
He's too mad.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Speaking of too mad, that's not a great segue.
No,
We've got Ionus Cryptborn.
Like, the best model in this lineup.
We gushed over this when he first came out. It's an amazing looking model. Evokes old Hammer dragons, which I guess is prescient for this time of year with the old Hammer release.
Old Warhammer, old World coming out.
Yep. Great model. Also very good in game. Probably not as mandatory for the respective army as the other 2 folks on this release.
Sure.
Because the Trugg is kind of mandatory for Troggoths, and the Kurnoth guy is really good in Kurnoth.
Yep.
But he is still very good if you are playing a Dragon's List.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have the options in Stormcast.
That's why, because Stormcast is just this huge pool of stuff to choose from, and they have really good ranged options, which are still king.
Yeah.
And Belthanos, the first Thorn of Kurnoth.
The Forest of Kurnoth.
Yes.
So close. Yeah, I have heard horrible things about how this guy's so good.
Yep.
And the model looks amazing. I want to paint that bug, which is weird for me.
Yeah, that bug is... first off, the paint job is just astounding.
Yeah. I love the feathering towards the back where it gets darker.
The fades on the legs here,
Yep.
the clean swirls.
Looks so good. I love that paint job, and it makes me want to paint it, even though I've never painted a tree guy in my life.
So we only have guesstimates on the prices for these.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess they're going to be in the $70 to $100 range.
Yeah.
Depending on...
I really hope that Trugg is not $100.
I don't think he will be. I think you're looking more like 70 or 80.
Yeah, 70 or 80.
80 is my guess for these.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think any of them are small enough to be 60.
No.
70 is probably going to be the low end.
I'm thinking 80 is the low end, maybe 90 for one of them.
Yeah. Although, and then we look at Vashtor, who was like skinny as a twig and $100.
Vashtor is an anomaly for a lot of reasons. First off, as we discussed, these guys are actually good.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then on to, we gushed about him before because we did see him previewed. Skitter Stab-Stab.
Mr. Stab-Stab, he's my favorite.
The best named Skaven in Blood Bowl. And also your go-to Eshin assassin, honestly.
Well, yeah, now that the new one is out in plastic, but this guy's like the second pick if you don't want the same. He looks really good.
Yeah, he's very not particularly Blood Bowl.
No.
So you could absolutely just use him as any kind of Skaven model.
Yeah, no conversion whatsoever.
Yeah.
And with the rumors coming up, who knows?
For those unaware, there's rumors that Skaven are the big bads of 4th edition. We shall see. Anyway, obviously, as Skaven fans, we are, of course, pumped about this guy.
Right.
He's got 2 knives. He looks great. I don't like his hat, but it is an Eshin hat.
So. Oh, it's a hat? I didn't realize it was a hat.
Yeah, because they all have that hood thing with the... I always want to call it the Christmas elf hood.
Well, I was going to say a wizard hood.
Yeah, maybe.
He looks like his wizard hat's a little too big.
And then a cow.
Grashnak Blackhoof.
Moo.
This is a very angry Tauren.
Hey, now, Thorn is one of the things World of Warcraft stole from Warhammer.
Oh, yeah, I know. And he looks fine.
He's a very, most generic beastman, right? But in a good way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he looks really good.
First off, I want more beastman sculpts to look like this. I don't even play that faction, right?
You put him next to one of your, gores or something like that, and you'll just kind of cover your gore up. And
Yeah. He looks great.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we'll talk about it because to some folks this will be incredibly important. I am not a Horus Heresy person much, and Mitchell has never read a lore book in his life and never will.
I read one. It wasn't great.
And that was enough. But we now have the end of the Siege of Terra. This is Volume 3 of the Siege of Terra, a.k.a. when Horus will become the Horus Heresy and challenge the Emperor and die. That's kind of the sad thing. It's we know how this goes, right?
Yeah. You're spoiling things.
Spoilers. Also, King Kong dies, and they crucify Jesus.
Oh.
Ooh. Spoilers for books. But yeah, this is the end and the death, the final battle.
So important that they had to split it into 3.
Yep.
Like, what? The last Harry Potter? Nope, that was even 2.
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit. The Hobbit. This is like the Hobbit.
And we know how that went over.
But this is the special edition one, signed by Abnett and all that stuff.
And I do like Abnett's writing.
Yep. I've heard he is very good. I haven't read any of it myself.
Of the Black Library writers, he's often considered the best modern
Yep.
one. And
I have heard.
from what I've read, he also wrote Dark Tide.
Okay.
So you are familiar with his work, kind of?
Fair enough. I just didn't know.
Yep.
And then there's the big mural.
Yep.
There looks really cool too.
2,500 copies of this one.
Yep.
So you won't get one.
Statistically.
And Siege of Terra, The End of the Death, Volume 3, non-special edition.
Yeah.
I know it's perspective, but it's not just perspective. They draw Horus so much bigger than the Emperor.
Yeah.
And that's still not true.
No, because
even Chaos buffed up, the Emperor is like a good 4 feet taller.
Yeah, why? I don't know why they did that. But...
Well, to make it look more scary or heroic or something like that. Hey, why does he have Gulliman's sword?
Ooh, where's the lion's shield?
Maybe he should have brought the shield. Maybe he'd have been better off.
Yeah, maybe he'd have won.
Well, he did win.
I know,
he just
won.
got more. It was a Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Pyrrhic victory.
Pyrrhic victory. I'm gonna leave that in, make you look dumb.
Siege of Terra bookmark.
Whee.
On the 13th day of Secundus, the bombardment of Terra began. Horus Heresy.
That fit better than it should have. Yeah, a bookmark.
12 dead sanguineous.
12? 12 dead traitors?
I don't know.
And that's it.
And that's it.
It's a little strange that the lead of this, the thing that they were focused on so much, was a book, but it is the end of one of the most popular series they have.
Yeah, for the folks who are into this, like that book is going to sell out
Oh, immediately.
before you can blink.
Yeah.
And if for folks who are invested in that story, I joke about we know what happens, but it's in the telling, right?
Yeah.
It's
You've heard summations of it, not like exactly what happens in the moment.
right, and I want the Emperor to turn to the camera and say, "Horus, now you are the Horus Heresy," and then kill him.
No, I thought it was Horus that said, "And Emperor, you are the Warhammer 40,000."
And then it turns into Dear Sister.
Yeah. Copyright music. I was gonna hum it.
What's your copyright? Something, something, something. We'll see you next Sunday.
Bye bye.
Of course it is.